Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, presenting Tell Me Your Spurs Story. And here tonight, sharing his story, we have Joe Grimes. Joe, how are you keeping, my man?
I'm feeling great, David. Thanks for having me on. I've been looking forward to this now.
No problem at all, Joe. I've been looking forward to this. You texted me the other day saying you have some stories, and you sent me a few pictures for the thumbnail. So I'm looking forward to this. It sounds like you're very, very prepared for this.
Oh yeah, been really looking forward to it now. And yeah, it's when she's this option come up to do something like this, I was like, yes, I'm definitely have to share my story, and especially during lockdown as well. Nice to reminisce over some memories.
100%. And there you go. Everyone else, everyone in the Harris Army, listen to Joe. You know what I mean, and take that opportunity and get your Spurs story done. But look, Joe, supporting Tottenham, look, it's a roller coaster. You know, it brings us fans many high moments. Well, not so many high moments, a lot of low moments.
Yeah,
Look, it gives us great memories in life that we'll cherish forever and creates bonds that'll never be broken. But how did you
yeah.
get into supporting Tottenham?
Well, my dad is a lifelong Tottenham fan, so Tottenham was in my blood since I was born. But yeah, me and my dad are very close. So whatever team he supported, I would definitely follow suit. And I know on my mother's side now, all my cousins and uncles are Man United fans, and they've tried to convert me over the years. But no, I was having none of it. I was always going to be Tottenham, and that's it. It's in my blood.
I'd say there was a few birthdays and Christmases where you were getting Spurs and United jerseys, was there?
There was, yeah, there was a few of them now, but I'd say they're thrown out at this stage. I haven't done that.
Oh, well, look, with the United jerseys, I would have brought them straight into school and I would have sold them.
Yeah, I wasn't that witty now. I probably should have done that back in the day.
No, that's exactly what I would have done, lad. I would have got me money off it. I went and got myself another Spurs jersey or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
But
Yeah,
no, very similar to myself, Joe. Look, my old lad, you know, he's Spurs through and through, always has been. He actually got it from his brother. His brother used to support Spurs, his older brother. So, you know, my old lad, the two of them used to watch Spurs. So my old lad got into supporting Tottenham. And then, look, you know, I came along and, you know, look, I had no option, but nor did I want an option. You know, Spurs is who I want to support, and as Spurs fan is what I want to be. You know what I mean? I want to be a lifelong yid. And I just thank him for passing it on to me. And like that, like yourself, you know, I'm close with him. So, you know, I always wanted to follow the team he wanted, he supports as well.
yeah, same. But I have two brothers now. One of them's not really interested in football, and one's a Chelsea fan. So I don't think we'll
Oh, a
convert now at
Chelsea
this
fan.
stage. He's a Chelsea fan. Yeah, I don't know how that transpired, but yeah, I don't think we'll convert him now. He's 15 now at this stage, so it'll be hard to convert him to our side at this stage.
Well, what that tells me, Joe, is you're the favourite son. You're the Spurs fan, so you'll be his favourite. I say he looks at your brother who supports Chelsea. I say he looks at him in disgust.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's a Chelsea fan, but he's not really like football's not his main kind of. He'll watch it a little bit, but he's not as passionate about football as I am. But
Yeah,
yeah, we do. There is a bit of banter every now and again when the fixture comes around, and so it's all part of it.
yeah, it is. It is. It's all fun and games. That's what it's about. But no, look, you need to try and change his mind. You need to bring him to the lane. You need to bring him to the new stadium, the
Yeah,
Hotspur Way. And you know, you need to try and convert him, lad. You can't be allowing that. You can't be allowing him walking around in that blue jersey every morning. You wake up and there he is in the Chelsea jersey. You can't have that, lad.
yeah, especially with like the way they're better than us now as well, and they have the trophies in the cabinet, and yeah, you have to. It's hard to get. He does get a bit of stick now, but yeah, it's all.
I'd well believe it, lad. But I'd well believe you're well able to give it back to him. But
Oh,
look,
100%.
you know, Joe, look, I've said you know, everyone that's watched the series, I've shared a lot of my memories, my earliest Spurs memories, like, you know, going to games, the first jersey, you know, going to the pub, watching the games with the old lad if we couldn't get to the stadium, you know, stuff like that. But what is your earliest Spurs memory, Joe?
My earliest memory would be I was in my nan and granddad's house, and I was with my uncle who was living in Ireland at the time, and the Tottenham and Arsenal match, I think it was in 2004. Remember when they finished 5-4 to them, and yeah, that was my earliest memory, and
Yeah.
uh, that was a great Arsenal team, and in fairness, like they battered us that day, but we showed a lot of passion, and the boys left everything out on the pitch, and every time Arsenal scored, we kept coming back, and
Yeah.
yeah, they left everything out there, and put a respectable score on it, and yeah, that's my area Spurs memory, and me and my uncle were actually absolutely gutted afterwards when we lost, but we're happy that we showed a bit of fight that day, and unlike the derby a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. No, look, they won a couple of weeks ago. No fight, no battle. And I agree with you. You can accept the derby defeat if they've shown passion, if they've shown desire,
Yeah,
if they've shown willingness to fight for the badge. Um,
yeah.
look,
In that game,
what would have been one of your earliest jerseys that you remember getting?
I think it was on the 04-05 season. Remember the goalkeeper's jersey where it was like a kind of a dark green and had the
Yes.
Thompson sponsor on it. Yeah, I had got the full kit that Christmas there, so I had had an obsession with keepers back then, and yeah, I remember Paul Robinson. Paul Robinson used to don it that back in the day. So
Is that taking the guy into account?
must have been.
Keepers, because they can catch the ball and stuff like that.
I don't know. I was back in the day, like I used to love being in goals, and my dad used to always take shots at me, and I used to be so happy with myself. He used to save his shots because he wouldn't go easy on me now. Let's say that.
Yeah, yeah. No, look, when my old lad used to bring me to the park, it used to be different. He used to be in goals, and I used to be like, David Ginola running up with the ball, trying to tuck one in. And he would always save it. He'd never ever let me score. And I used to get so thick. I used to walk away like, why can't I score? I'm shit. I can't score. Why can't I score? But one thing it done was it made me start thinking. So I'd run up, pretend to shoot left and shoot right, and you know what I mean, little stuff like that. So what it done is it taught me to be better, which is
Exactly.
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, same myself back in the day, and used to be so happy when you'd save a shot on him, and it's like you're actually going places now.
Yeah, exactly, lad. You're learning, you're improving, and you get more confident. Then you start slagging them, you know what I mean? And then next thing they just boot one by you, and you're sick then again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Were you a good goalkeeper, Joe?
Not really. As I got older, I realized I was probably a bit too small for this, so I kind of moved out towards out the field, a bit of a speed merchant. So I took I
Oh
used
yeah,
that
so you'd be out wide then, yeah.
yeah, I did it now speed merchant, but kind of weaving in and out like kind of like a Jesse Lingard type.
Oh yeah, that's the right job. That's the right job, lad. So you didn't want to be in goals anymore. You wanted to come outfield, and you wanted to be in the headlines of the local paper every week, Dad.
I think must have been I just knew I was too small for this, so I had to go out to field, and same in GA as well, as too small and frail to be in the back, so they used to put me in the forwards. That's where the small boys used to be.
Yeah. Look, I can testify for that. I used to play corner forward, lad. Little small nipper. You put the ball in front, I run on, I catch it, lay it off. I wasn't any good at that. But one thing I was brave. I was brave at coming for the ball, collecting it, and just giving it off to the man running by me and stuff. But back to the soccer, though, Joe. Back to the old soccer. Do you know the way we have the academies over here? So did you play for like Offaly or anything like that?
Yeah, in hurling I would have been a bit underage, played a bit of underage, but up to about around under 16s and minors, but then didn't really push myself, I suppose, to go on, and so I think Offaly aren't the best. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to push myself for this for a lost cause, I suppose. So yeah, it's kind of more. I do it for the enjoyment of it, to be honest, and that's it. Really,
Yeah.
can't not take
Yeah.
anything too serious in life.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get you. But look, Joe. So look, what made me fall in love with Tottenham was being on the terraces as a young lad with my dad. The atmosphere, at the lane, it was electric. Seeing the likes of David Ginola,
Yeah,
Jurgen Klinsmann, absolutely being adored by the fan base, and then seeing them in the white jersey as a Kildare man myself, seeing the white jersey, I was absolutely
lily
loving it.
whites.
I
Yeah,
was sold. I was absolutely sold, and that's what made me fall in the club, in love with the club. But what made you fall in love with Tottenham?
probably when I first went over with my dad. It was back in 2005, I think. It was a bet Man City 2-1, and Defoe and Robbie Keane scored, and I just fell in love with the place as soon as I got there. It's just loved the atmosphere and loved the look of White Hart Lane, and obviously it was my first time going to London as well, and I loved London as well. So I was like, support Tottenham now and take it seriously. I'll be able to come back here again. So yeah, it was like a snowball effect from then, and I used to go over a good bit then when I was in my younger days.
Yeah, that's what it's about. And I of course, look, as an Irishman going over there, seeing Robbie Keane put one away, it's the pinnacle of being a Spurs fan, isn't it?
Yeah. I actually preferred Jermaine Defoe back in the day, but yeah, Robbie
Oh,
was
did you?
yeah. I've
Right, what was that?
I don't know, to be honest. I just preferred Jermaine back in the day. I don't because my dad didn't. For some reason, my dad used to give Robbie Keane a bit of stick, so
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, he was a great forward and a great servant for Ireland as well. But so,
yeah. No, he was. He was an absolute terrific sovereign for Ireland. No, I'm surprised now that you said you prefer Jermaine Defoe. Look, me and my old lad were completely opposite. We used to give Defoe a lot of stick, but we absolutely adored Robbie.
Yeah, it's different strokes, I suppose, for different folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that team back in the day was it really around 2005 was when I first started properly watching Spurs. Was great.
Yeah, no, it was. It was a good team, plenty of fight, plenty of characters as well.
Yeah.
And who would your old lad's favourite player be now? Not now, but like over the course. Who's his favourite ever Spurs player?
I'd say Glenn Hoddle is probably his favourite.
Yeah,
of all time, or Ozzy Ardila as well. And
yeah, it's very similar to my old lad. My old lad's a huge fan of Glenn Hoddle, love Gascoigne, and Ozzy Ardiles as well. Big fan of Ozzy Ardiles.
Yeah, my dad first match he went to was when he was a young lad back in the '70s, and his uncle brought him over, and he got to see some great days as well, and he was there for that when Maradona played for Spurs. You know, that it was Ozzy Ardiles testimonial. Yeah, he was at that game, and yeah, he never stops bragging about being at that game.
Well, look, it's a great claim to have, being able to see Maradona down at the Lane. You know what I mean? Look, fair play to him. He made sure he was there. And I suppose, look, he has every right to sit there and talk about it, doesn't he? Oh, sorry, you're stalled there.
All right, can you hear me there now? It's all good?
Yeah, I can hear you there now.
Yeah, what was that question there you asked? Sorry.
Oh no, I was saying, he has every right to bang on about seeing Maradona down at the Lane. It's such a rare thing.
One of the goats, and he was wearing the lovely white jersey as well for the half or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Your old lad must have a few stories to tell you. You may get him on to do this as well at some point, man.
Yeah, I'm going to get him to become a channel member first. Support the Harris Army.
Yeah. Tell him he needs to be a member of the Harris Army, lad. He probably disagree with what I have a lot of what I have to say anyway.
Yeah, it'd be like you and Marcelo going at it in the debate the other night.
Yeah. I know. Look, it's all fun. Do you know what's mad though? A lot of people think that me and Marcelo don't get on. Me and Marcelo, man, we're good friends. Like, you know what I mean? It's mad, but one thing it is good is there's like they either love Marcelo or they love me, which is brilliant, and it makes for a good show. And of course, Frenemies the other night, our new segment. Well, I thought it was good. What do you make of it?
Yeah, it was a great debate, and it's important to have debates because if we're all banging on with the same opinions, it'd be very boring. So you have to have a bit of different opinions every now and again to make it a lot more interesting and bring up a few talking points.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I always say. If everyone agrees with each other in life, then life would just be a boring place. You know what I mean? The world would be a boring place if everybody agreed. But look, we've seen many. There's been many great players that have spanned many generations over the years, that's had the privilege to grace the pitch at White Hart Lane. But I suppose we're going to talk about players from our era. So, you're talking Robbie Keane. You love Jermaine Defoe. You had Luka Modric. Berbatov, Jan Vertonghen, Kane now, Son. There's many great players there. I'm even missing a load, but I don't have time today to go through the whole list. But who was your favourite ever player to put on that jersey?
Well, I have to give a shout out to the guys I watched growing up, like Defoe, King, Aaron Lennon, Modric, Bale back in 2010. Rafa van der Vaart as well. Loved Rafa. Loved how he was such a.
Remember his celebrations, the Arsenal fans after he scored.
I absolutely loved it. He absolutely despised Arsenal. So I really loved about Van der Vaart, and every time he played them, he was just a shit house. Obviously now then have Kane, Son, Vertonghen, great players, but my favorite player has to be Harry Kane. It's just he is Mr. Tottenham, and he's our best attacker, best midfielder, best defender. He goes out on that pitch for us and he leaves it all out there. That's why us as fans of him, he's one of our own.
Yeah. No, 100%. You couldn't have put it any better. Best midfielder, best defender, best attacker. He's doing absolutely everything this season. Look, I agree with you. Look, I think, for me, I absolutely adore Kane. I mean, Harry Kane, King of the Lane, best number 10 in the world. Absolutely love the guy. Look, I love him that much that I don't know whether you tune into the watch-alongs, but I have my Harry Kane hair prediction.
I do, yeah. See that, and usually get right as well. Once if the hair is looking neat and tight, he usually gets on the score sheet. But
he does. To be fair, man. Yeah. A lot of people laughed at me at the start with it, but a lot of people are right with it now because it's usually right. But no, look, I love the guy. He embodies what this club is about. Yeah. He's everything you want. He's like the fact that he's now doing a lot of defensive duties as well just shows that he's willing to sacrifice for the team.
He just loves this club as much as any of us do, and he just leaves it all out there. And we just need to appreciate him while we have him, because eventually we don't want to say it, but there might be some day where he does unfortunately leave us. But
I don't ever want to hear them words, Joe. I don't ever want to hear them words. No, but seriously, we'll talk a bit about that. What do you think? Do you think he might stay this summer? Because I know there was reports. He was speaking before the England game, and he was saying, he'll let people know about his future in the summer, more or less. Like,
yeah, well, he's obviously pissed off. Like he would love to stay at Tottenham for his whole career if the ambition was there and we were competing for every trophy, but it just hasn't happened in the last couple of years. He's been on a downward slope, and I'd say he's just fed up, and he like a player of his caliber needs to be winning the best trophies out there. And it just remains to be seen. Like, he probably won't be able to do that with Spurs, unfortunately, because the board didn't invest at the proper time. But I know that's a story for another day. But
if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. Joe, I have all the time in the world. It's up to you.
Yeah, yes, the lack of ambition around 16, 17 and 17, 18 when we didn't even buy a player. That was the time to invest and to drive this team on and go and win big prizes, but we didn't. And I think Kane now is just like really considering his future. But whether it happens this summer now, I don't think so, because of the global pandemic. The teams don't have the £150 million that Daniel Levy would be looking for. So I think, like, I know Man City will be looking for a striker, but I think they'll probably go for Haaland instead of Kane because he'd be cheaper and he's younger as well.
I was actually reading reports today on Haaland that apparently his representatives are over in Spain talking with Madrid and Barcelona at the minute.
I did see that as well. I don't understand that because I know both of them are in serious debt, so I don't know where they're going to get that money from, to be honest. But
yeah, look, I don't understand where Barcelona get money from, to be honest with you. Real Madrid, look, they might be able to get stumped up, but if that does happen, it's certainly worrying. It means, look, the vultures who want the next best, well, not the next best thing, but
he's the best.
When you're looking around after Haaland, the only player to come for really is Kane, and the vultures are going to circle this summer. I can already see it.
Yeah, it's remains to be seen.
And the thing is, if fans are allowed back in the stadium for next season, and because I think fans are allowed back for this Carabao Cup final and stuff like that, so it's probably looking like that fans will be back in the stadium at the start of next season. And if that happens, it means clubs can kind of spend again because they know they have that income coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
look, most clubs do have to, upgrade their playing squad and stuff like that. So I just worry. I hope that he's been brought into a meeting with the likes of Levy and Mourinho, and look, they've kind of said to him, look, we are going to be bringing in players, and just give us one more year, and then within that year,
Yeah.
we can show them the progress and win a couple of things.
Yeah, they need to be telling them everything that's going on, the plans laid out for next year, and tell him the targets that we're going for, just so he knows exactly where we're going, and there's not on different wavelengths to what's going on, and and they need to be showing them the ambition that we're actually gonna go for things next season. Because
Yeah,
if we're not filling him in what's going on, we're at nothing, and he's gonna leave.
yeah, 100%. Do you think that kind of depends on the manager as well? Like, do you think if we sacked him and brought another manager, that regardless of who the managers came, will give it another year? Or do you think if we got rid of Mourinho, he probably will not slap in a transfer request, but get an agreement off Levy that he can go? Because look, the last thing Levy wants to do is not do it amicably. Because look, even if Kane does leave, Spurs fans won't take him. They're doing it not in the right manner either. So do you think his future depends on the manager?
Yeah, I know you were saying that he's not going to be interested in your 5-year project if someone like Nagelsmann or Ten Hag came in. Because he knows that if Mourinho's here, it's for the now. So yeah, I think it does depend on Jose Mourinho what the plans are for him. But I think, you were discussing earlier on, but we think that Mourinho will be staying here next year. So I think that's only both well for Harry Kane saying, I suppose. But it just
Yeah,
remains to be seen. It's the money talks with this sort of thing. So yeah, it's just we'll
yeah.
have to assess it in the summer.
Oh, look, I hope he stays. Look, I don't want it to depend on the manager. I'll be honest, I don't. I want him to stay anyway. I'd love for him to
Yeah,
stay
same.
anyway. But what I seen in the documentary and stuff like that kind of looks to me that I don't think he'd fancy another long-term project. I just hoping that chasing Alan Shearer's Premier League record and chasing Jimmy Greaves' record, will is enough to keep him. To be honest with you, I don't see it, but I hope it's enough to sway his decision.
Yeah, that could mean as much to him, like breaking Jimmy Greaves' record. Could mean as much to him as winning a trophy with Man City or whoever.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, I hope he
We don't
doesn't
we
go
don't
to Man
know.
City because he won't be playing in front of a full stadium every home game. So that'd upset me. He deserves to be playing in front of full stadiums because City can't
Yeah,
sell their ticket.
exactly. Yeah, I know they're a bit of a joke of a club, like, to be honest. So we're a proper club here at Spurs.
That's it, lad. Proper club, proper history. But
Yeah,
look, we've had many great managers, Joe. I think from our era, we're probably talking. It's probably a toss up between Martin Yole, Harry Redknapp, Pochettino.
yeah. So yeah, Martin was the manager when I started off supporting Spurs, and I really liked Martin. He played some great football with, and has some good memories and good players at that time as well that I mentioned earlier on. And then the Harry Redknapp years were great, of course. Getting to the Champions League and uh, that day beating City at the Etihad, and played some
Yeah,
great football under Harry as well. Had some top players, but for me, anyways, Pochettino was my favorite manager for Spurs of all time, because he's the man who made me believe that we can actually do this.
yeah,
I wouldn't have growing up. I wouldn't have believed that we'd get to a Champions League final or would be competing for the Premier League. So Pochettino made me dream, I suppose, and he's great top manager, and yeah, I was good when he left, but unfortunately his time had come.
yeah. No, look, that's absolutely brilliant put. That he made you believe, he made you dream that it was possible, because it's
Yeah,
true. It's so true. Under all the other managers, you always thought, well, if we're Spurs, if we can get to a cup final, we didn't really have any hopes in the league. And
yeah,
Pochettino just came in and completely flipped that. Look, he got us to FA Cup semi-finals, League Cup semi-final, a final loss to Chelsea, Champions League final. Two league sort of title chases, but just never got over the line. And I blame that on the board, because there's times in January where, if you bring in that one or two players that, the quality players that you can see you need, especially when you know that Wanyama and Dembele and all will get injured,
Yeah.
You kind of failed them. But look, I fully agree with you. Absolutely brilliantly put. He made you dream. He made you believe. And it's the best way to sum up his Spurs tenure. Brilliantly, Joe.
It's a tragedy that unfortunately didn't get us over the line. And you're saying the board didn't back him. Like, I remember, I think it was around 2015, 2016. I think it was the year Leicester won it, and we were interested in Moussa Dembele from Fulham, and we wouldn't pay like 5 million or something for him, and then went to Celtic. Then that's something for free. It's just little things like that, little moments.
Jack Grealish, Bruno Fernandes, same thing. Couple of million in difference, wouldn't pay it.
Yeah, Grealish there's no excuse for that. What was it, 5 million for him or 6 million, and Villa were crying out for us to buy him, and then they had new owners come in for them. They're like, right, no, the price is 20 million now, and that was unacceptable.
Yeah, it was. And the thing is, what annoys me about that one is, because any Irish fan, anyone that follows Irish football and was following the underage teams and stuff like that, everyone knew Jack Grealish was going to be a quality player. People were talking about him playing for Ireland since the kid was 15. You know what I mean? Everyone knew he had the ability. So I don't understand why they didn't sanction that extra few million for him.
Yeah, and he would have transformed our team. Imagine him in that midfield. Like, would have done bits.
Yeah, honestly, look, the guy. I think he's the most foul player in the Premier League right now. Even watching him, he's just so good on the ball. He always has time. He's their most creative player. He's absolutely brilliant to watch. I love watching him.
Yeah, he just glides past people like they're not even there. And he's a top player. And as you said, I said it as well when he was coming up through when he made his debut for Villa. Like, this kid's gonna be a player, and that's what happened. He's one of the best players in the Premiership now.
Yeah, and it's really really annoying. Both from 2 points of view. First of all, that Ireland didn't cap him, and second of all, that Spurs didn't sign him. It's just a piss take all around, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Joe, I think we're suckers for paying with Tottenham and Ireland. You know that.
Yeah, but we wouldn't change it for anything, though, David. That's the other thing.
That's the truth, lad. I wouldn't. That's what I always say to people as well. I think I'm addicted to the pain as well. But come here, we were talking a bit about Managerial and how good he was. Because look, I was a kid growing up watching Tottenham and Managerial and stuff like that. And honestly, he played some great football with this Tottenham team.
Oh, it was brilliant football, and players like Aaron Lennon and like just great Steve Malbronk and guys like that.
Yeah.
Chimbonda, and I just loved
Chimbonda,
that team. Absolutely loved that team back in the day.
You even had remember Eric Edmond and Retro Ziegler?
Yeah.
I remember. I don't know which one it was. I think it was Eric Edmond. He used to have an old screamer in him.
Yeah, he scored a screamer at Anfield, I think, and I don't know if he did much after that now, to be honest. Then Taino as well. I love that guy. I remember him being a shithouse against Chelsea in the League Cup final.
Who?
Yeah, Taino, that guy.
Oh, yeah. Timo Taino.
Taino, yeah. I remember him being a shithouse against Chelsea in that League Cup final towards the end, extra time.
Yeah. It was very, very harsh what happened to Martignol. I was watching the game on TV when it happened. The Europa League game, I think it was out in Spain, where they sacked him at half time.
Yeah, I don't have too much memories of that, but I don't know I think our form wasn't great at that time either, though. When he got sacked, was it?
I suppose you're right, but again, it kind of comes down to backing as well, doesn't it? It's the same old thing from back then to now. We still haven't learned our lesson.
Yeah, exactly, and it all goes back to the board. They're the common denominator.
Yeah, and your old lad, who would his favourite manager be now? Because he would have had some of the older managers as well. He would have seen more generations.
I'm not sure. I never really talked to him about old managers. He didn't like George Graham anyways either. when he was manager. Definitely didn't like him.
Yeah,
If I was
neither did
asked
my
you,
old lad.
you probably say like Terry Venables or something like that. Not sure. He won a few cups for Spurs back in the day. Yeah,
Yeah,
that he liked Harry Redknapp as well. He loved the Poch as well, obviously, and he was but then he got round off, and then towards the end when we started when things went to shit, he was calling for Poch's head at the time as well. So
yeah, yeah. Sad times, man. Sad times with Poch. But look, Tottenham they've been involved in many thrillers over the years. Look, you have the two games against Inter Milan on the Harry Redknapp in the Champions League. You have the Ajax game. You have there's a couple of games there against Arsenal. That 5-1 semi-final
yeah.
win in 2008 to go to the World Cup final. There's been many games over the years. But what game will you always remember, Mike?
Yeah, just you named some of them games there. Beating Arsenal 5-1. I remember that very well. It's a great night. And then
Yeah,
Peter Crouch scoring the header against City to take us to the Champions League.
yeah,
Beating Chelsea 3-1 at Stamford Bridge for the first time in nearly 30 years. A few years
yeah.
ago. That was a great night. I remember. Definitely went on the drink that night because that nearly meant as much as winning that
Do you know
win at the
what? Funny enough,
Emirates.
I did as well. I had a few beers with the old lad that night. It meant that much to me as well, lad.
Yeah, I hit the town that night and went crazy. So yeah, that win meant nearly as much as a win at the Emirates, win at Stamford Bridge, because we couldn't do it for so long, and it was just a weight lifted
Yeah,
off our shoulders. And then Kabul
yeah,
scoring a header. Kabul scoring a header at the Emirates. That was brilliant, being 2-0 down and winning 3-2. But the
yeah,
to top it off though was the night in Amsterdam. Obviously, I'd say most people coming on this channel would say the night in Amsterdam, and it's the same for me. Like, we looked dead and buried. Ajax outplayed us in the first leg as well, and wasn't looking good, and 2-0 up at half time, and
yeah,
I just accepted. I was speaking to my dad saying, right, the Ajax are so much better than us. Like, let's just accept that we got this far, we've done very well, and let's focus on next season now. And but then that miracle happened in the second half, and it's still hard to believe that we actually pulled it off, because even when Lucas scored 2 goals, Vertonghen had a chance, didn't he, from a corner, and he headed it over, and I was like,
yeah.
that's it now, we're out. But then he came up with the last kick of the game. It's great scenes, and it's a great night out overall. I would have killed to have been there that night. I'd say it was amazing.
I'd say you and the old lad had a right night that night.
Oh, it was we couldn't believe it. I started like just jumping all around the place, and then I cried actually afterwards. Just tears of joy.
Yeah.
It was,
No, look, lad. Fully agree with you. Look, for me, it was a bit of a lonely one for me. I was down in college at the time, down in Athlone there. I was doing
yeah,
a motor mechanics course, and so I was away for it. And look, sitting down 2-0 at half time, and they were playing their Bob Marley, and I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming. I just wanted
yeah,
to break things, to be honest with you. I was like, after that gift against City, getting by against City, you get a nice favourable, in my opinion, a favourable semi-final. What is going on? This is absolutely shocking. I remember your man, I think he scored first leg and in the
yeah,
second leg from set pieces. I was going absolutely nuts. Then they played the Bob Marley. I'm not messing, lad. My ears were red. There was steam coming off them. They were having their big party. Then when we got two, I was sitting there and I had that feeling. I was like, no, it's coming, it's coming. And then the old
yeah.
lad was watching it, and because two different counties, he was like a minute behind me. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
And then
yeah.
Vertonghen missed that chance, like you were saying, and I was like, that's it, that's done.
That's it.
Then
Yeah,
Sissoko grabs his ball straight up to Llorente. Llorente flicked down. You know what I mean? Then I think Dele Alli played it for
little
Mora,
flick.
and
Yeah,
then Mora, he just struck it. It went in, and I'm not messing. I went nuts. And then, I sat down for a minute, and I was waiting for VAR to rule it out. I was not going to lie. I was waiting for something to happen.
even though
And
it was a
then when it
perfect
didn't
goal.
happen, I rang the out lad, and he was like, "What are you on about?" Like, I was like, no, we're through. Like, we're in the final. He was like, and then as I rang him and I was saying that, the goal, he seen the goal then, and he went nuts. And oh man, it was a memorable night.
Oh, it was brilliant, and hopefully we get to see it again now. You never know. Maybe when we're in our 40s, maybe, or something might happen again.
I hope so, lad. And look, I genuinely, I do think it's going to be longer than that, lad. It could be 60, lad. We could be sitting here when we're 60 doing another Spurs story, and we're still waiting to go to another Champions League final.
It'd be worth it anyway. So.
No, it would. No, honestly, look, I always have Poch and that group of players to thank for, giving me that occasion to be able to watch my team on a Champions League final. I washed up watching Champions League all over the years. I watched up. I grew up watching all the teams make the finals. I watch every final every year.
Yeah.
And then just to sit there with my old lad and see my team play Champions League. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was absolutely amazing moment. Even though it didn't go the way I wanted, I still take pride in that moment.
Yeah, just to watch the Champions League final with your dad, same myself, and just that feeling like we're here, we're in the big time now, and we've come this far up. I was 21 years supporting the club, and we're here, and didn't believe this day would come, and it did. And I know the result didn't come away, but we have to be proud of what we achieved as well.
Yeah, no, you do. Yeah, you have to take pride in what we achieved. But look, there's been many iconic goals over the years. Look, there's been absolutely screamers scored. We were talking about Eric Edmond. I think Asso Okoto, he also has a screamer against Liverpool first game of the season. Yeah. You have Wanyama who scored a screamer against Liverpool. Look, you have Gareth Bale. He has a highlight reel of dummy as a couple against West Ham. You know what I mean? Harry Kane, he has a few against Arsenal. What's your favourite ever goal scored?
Lucas, obviously, against Ajax, and then there's loads of others. I think now of Dele Alli's that goal against Chelsea where Eric Dyer did the ball over and he first touch bangs into the back of net. That was a great finish. Yeah.
What about his one against Palace?
One against Palace was a bit of brilliance. Yeah, absolute genius. But I don't know if we'll ever see that player again. But it was absolutely top goal. They'd be my favourites. So I hadn't really thought of like the goal and like great goals over the years. To be honest, it's never really crossed my mind because there's been so many great strikes over the years. But,
that's the truth. Yeah. I'd say the one against Chelsea, you were able to go. I'd say you're running, chasing the brother around the house after that, were you?
I actually didn't watch it live. I was at Leinster were playing in the Heineken Cup when we were at the Aviva that day, and
nice.
Came out of the stadium. Yeah, came out of the stadium, and I was like to him, "Fucking hell, we won 3-1," and just go and he was sickened, and just watching it that night on match day was great, and there actually was they did show that there was a few Spurs fans crying in the stands because they couldn't believe that we're actually doing it. So it was great.
No, so I remember I'd done this not so long ago when we were Tottenham TV, and Ben was telling me that he was at that game, and they were down at the train station, and some lad just came up to him, dropped to his knees, and started crying. He was like, "I can't believe we've done it." That's how long and how much it meant to fans. You know what I mean? He was like, "I can't believe we've won at Stamford Bridge." Like,
yeah, because for some fans, Chelsea is nearly as big as Arsenal, and we've had such bad days going to the bridge over the years, and it's absolutely.
It's because they're just such shit houses, Chelsea. To be honest with you, they're just shit houses. They are. Anyone that doesn't support Chelsea hates Chelsea.
Yeah, and I was telling you earlier, I was at Stamford Bridge for Chelsea and Spurs back in the day, and we obviously wasn't wearing my Spurs shirt. I was in home end, and we didn't celebrate a goal because it was a very toxic atmosphere, and they were doing the anti-Tottenham chants, and we were like, this wasn't a nice environment. Like, we would be in trouble here if we because we did equalise. I think it was to make it 1-1, and we didn't celebrate that anyways. But I have another I've won the top set though, and the one I didn't get away with, but we'll come to that later on. For the
Look, you should have
cherished
celebrated, lad.
moments.
You should have went nuts.
The party would have killed us, you know, when Chelsea fans, how
Yeah,
rough they are.
yeah. No, look, that's true. Look, I've been in them situations myself where you're sitting in amongst the home fans and you have to be quiet. You can't really say anything. No, very cagey. Very, very, very
Yeah,
cagey. Sometimes you feel blessed when you get out of there.
yeah, exactly. But my most cherished moment as a sports fan is something similar that you did when you were uh, against Wimbledon, wasn't it? You were in the Wimbledon match, and
Yeah, there
you
was
celebrated away.
yeah, against Wimbledon, and then there was another one against Forest.
First, you celebrated in the home end as well, was it?
Um,
Yeah.
no, I was in the away end. We got tickets for the away end, and again, I was sitting in there with the Forest fans in the away end, same as the with the Wimbledon man. Yeah, no, look, and I was only a young lad. Look, you know, the old lad put my life on the line. To be honest, so I was only a little nipper lad, and he had my life on the line.
Yeah, the same situation as I was in at Chelsea and against when I was against Arsenal as well when it happened to me.
It's mad though, isn't it? They're sitting there telling you before, don't celebrate, don't do this. You know, it's not safe. Okay, well, if it's not safe for the money of a kid, why are you doing it to me?
Yeah, no, it's 100% worth it every time you do it.
Oh, stop. No, look, you know, look, it's all in the name of Tottenham at the end of the day. It's good fun. It's good fun. But look, Joe, for me, this club is my life. I never miss a game. Never. You know what I mean? Anyone that
Yeah,
knows me, when there's a Tottenham game on, you don't contact me for the day. I'm doing my thing. I'm living it up, you know. And the club motto means a lot to me. Like, you know, there is to do. Anytime I read that, for me, you know, if you dream about doing something and you apply the work ethic, you will succeed. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I love the
exactly.
club motto. But what does this club mean to you?
Yeah, it means everything. It's been a huge part of my life, and especially now with lockdown, it's kind of all we have at the minute to keep us going is watching Spurs because we can't do what we enjoy doing, like going to gyms and pubs and stuff like that. So yeah, Spurs, it means everything to us, and just so grateful that I chose this club as to be the club that I support, and yeah, it just means everything to us, and wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah, no, 100%. Oh, I wouldn't either. I agree with you. And look, my most cherished Spurs memory, Joe, is being able to organise for my father to get over and then get him over. Like I was explaining to you beforehand off camera, after being away from the stadium for 15 years after we moved back to Ireland, you know, to be able to
Yeah,
get him back over there, see him enjoying himself, seeing that same smile he had on his face when the goal went in, that same passion, to see it was still there. You know what I mean? Absolutely brilliant moment for me. Absolutely brilliant. And it was nice to be able to repay the favour that he was able to bring me as a kid. You know, look, it was cheaper back then because, look, it was cheaper. Tickets were cheaper. You know, we were living in England, you know, travel. Like now we have to buy flights, hotel, stuff like that. So it's a lot more expensive. Being able to repay him, you know, for bringing me over to get him over there and stuff like that. That's my most cherished Spurs memory. Seeing him jump around because look, my old lad, you know, so sometimes like he's a bit grumpy, like not grumpy, but you know, around new people, he's a bit like, you know, big cagey sort of thing, like, you
yeah,
know. You know, to see him jumping around with strangers and enjoying himself and everything else was absolutely brilliant. But what's your
yeah,
most cherished Spurs memory?
yeah. As probably my most cherished memory was my first ever North London derby.
Yeah.
Against it was back in I think it was 2007. Do you remember finished 2-2 and Gina scored that rocket from outside the box? Do you remember that game?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that was my first one, and yeah. So the funny thing about that game was I was in the away end for that game.
Oh,
Yeah, so
oh,
uh,
lad.
so we came out of the hotel anyways, and I spotted it. I copped it straight away. Like, Dad, we're in the away end. Do you know that? He was like, what? No, we're not. And we looked at it, and he's like, oh shit. And they rang your man who gets sick. He's like, what the fuck you doing? Like, we're fucking Spurs fans. We're not going to be in the Arsenal end. What are you
Yeah.
thinking? Like, so, uh, we just said right, we'll go anyways and see what happens. And so I had to go back into the hotel and take off my Spurs stuff and headed to the stadium. And so I got there anyways. But like these were like the best seats I was ever in my life. They're, the disabled row was literally just in front of us. So I was basically on like pitch side. So it was amazing. So anyways, I got there and there was a load of all the Gooners were behind me and around me. So Robbie Keane scored the first goal anyways to make it 1-0, and we couldn't hold in, so we just jumped up and started going mad. And I turned around facing up to him like, yes. And I was only like 9 at the time, and I was being house. So, but
I'd say they wanted to kill you, lad.
I don't remember being that much abuse thrown at me, but there probably was. But at half time, anyways, this steward goes on to us, sorry, we're gonna have to move you out of here now for your own safety. So brought us around and down into the home end, and that was great. All the Spurs fans then were around us, were telling them what happened, and they thought we were absolute legends. So.
Yeah, no, 100%, lad. Look, it was the same. When I've talked about that game, when I was in the away end with the lad as well, and we were celebrating and stuff, and it was mad, like, because look, they had to take us out of there for our own safety. When we went in with our lot, we were like absolute heroes, lad. You know what I mean? Yeah. People were like, you mad cunts, what you doing and all, you could get yourselves killed and all. We were just like, no, we just want to watch a game. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're from Ireland, like, fucking, this is all new to us. We just want to watch a game no matter what, like, But no, it was absolutely madness. Even as a young lad, they just didn't give a shit, man. They gave it to me. But one of my old lads' friends, he was a Wimbledon supporter. And in fairness to him now, he stuck up for us and stuff like that. And then there was a bit of argy-bargy. He ended up getting carted out to the police station. And then after the game then, I remember being carted down to the police station, the old lad trying to get him out, the mother at home waiting for me old lad to come back to mind me 2 sisters as well, because she had work. You know what I mean? And then I remember standing there and the police saying to them, look, you know what I mean? We can arrest you now as well if you want, if you don't go, because he didn't want to go without getting his friend out. And oh man, it was absolutely chaos. But look, what a day! I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I wouldn't change it for anything. And just the emotion just got over us being a North London derby, and just we couldn't control ourselves. Like, we controlled ourselves at Stamford Bridge the year before, but we couldn't control ourselves that time. It was just it was all too much. You couldn't not celebrate a goal against Arsenal.
Yeah, and the thing is, lad, like, I've been to a North London derby and I've seen the away fans. They're not the most friendliest away fans either. So for you to sit there and jump around, you really were taking your life into your own hands there.
Yeah, they probably wanted to. They couldn't hit an 9-year-old back then. So I don't know.
Cheers, lad. I'm not messing. Some of them away Gooner fans, lad, they wouldn't care, Yeah, they wouldn't care.
Yeah, I would have stood my ground, I'd say.
I remember when we were at the one in Wembley there not so long ago, the one where Hugo Reece said the Boomerang's penalty.
Yeah,
and
remember that.
There was an Arsenal fan walked up with in the home end, all the Spurs fans, everyone around them, Spurs jerseys. This guy just walks up, Arsenal jersey, sits up in his seat. People were going mad. And then, someone went down to a steward and was like, look, you may get him out of here. He's going to be killed. Like, the steward walked straight up. He was like, look, I'm going to have to put you in the home end or in the away end. It's for your safety. You cannot be sitting here. And your man's like, no, I'm grand here. Like, I'm here with a Spurs supporter anyway. He's like, no, you're not staying here. Like, you were going down with yours, like, and that's it.
Oh yeah, I would have gave him some abuse if I saw him, 100%.
I would have as well, lad, because where we were more or less beside the Arsenal fans. And when they got the penalty, I was sitting there. I remember I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming.
And soft enough, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was, but like, just it was last minute. I didn't want to lose the game. You know what I mean? And the Arsenal fans were jumping around like crazy, man. Like they had already won the game. And they were there giving us the fingers and abuse and everything else. And when Hugo Lloris saved it, lad, my God, everyone in the stadium just started pointing towards them and going nuts and abusing them and everything. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that's great. Even back in the day, I used to be chanting at them and everything as well, and singing the Daddy Mayor chant and all that sort of stuff. Only like 9 or 10, and I was singing it and everything. Well,
The Adebayor
yeah,
chant in the away end at Arsenal. Jesus Christ,
yeah.
lad, you are looking
But
for it that
no,
much.
no. I wasn't singing it in the away end. But once I got over, then I gave it
All
all
right,
back.
yeah, no, I was going to
Yeah.
say, Jesus Christ, lad. That's a brave thing to be doing.
Oh no, I didn't want to die anyways. Wanted to come out
Well, look,
there.
lad, have you any other stories and memories you'd like to share before we end off?
Yeah. If anyone has them into the stadium, I'd really encourage you to go as soon as you can. It's absolutely amazing. I was there the first game last season that where we won against Aston Villa 3-1, and it was just an unbelievable experience. And I know White Hart Lane was incredible ground, and we made so much memories there, and it was like a real family kind of stadium. But this new stadium is absolutely amazing. Like once you're there and you see it, it's like you can't believe that it's our stadium. So
Yeah,
I encourage, just encourage anyone to get over there as soon as you get back, and show as much passion as you can. And yeah, try
yeah,
to get to do a few derby games. I'm lucky enough to go to Chelsea, Arsenal, and West Ham as well. Even though that one finished 0-0, but they're great
yeah,
atmospheres. They're great atmospheres. Those three games. So yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
And the hatred is real, isn't it? Like when you're around at the game for them sort of games, the hatred is real. Like,
Yeah,
everything's
the
on tender
tension.
hooks. It could kick off any minute.
Yeah, there's real tension there. I remember, especially the West Ham at home. They really don't like us.
Mm.
I know we don't like them, but they
Oh no,
really
they
don't like
hate
us.
us. They hate us.
I know I hate them as well, but not as much as they hate us. But yeah, that was a tense atmosphere, and I remember being on a train going to that game, uh, and there were some West Ham fans on the train as well, and they were rowdy enough. So we had to keep our head down that day. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's great times.
yeah. No, I remember we were going to a Palace game, and when we go to England, we no matter whether I go with the friends or the outlad or that, I always stay in Wimbledon, and we always then
Yeah,
travel up, and we were traveling to Wembley at the time. So I'm sitting there with a jumper on, my jersey over the jumper, the hat, the scarf, and everything on, loud and proud. Next time we pull up to this station, lad, boom, Lord, all Palace fans, all come onto the tube. So I'm sitting there in the middle of them all with all my Spurs stuff on, right? My mate beside me, and then all you just see is us surrounded by Palace fans, man. Oh, it was so funny. I was sitting there and I was like, "Come on, you Spurs!" and all. I was winding everybody up and all. Good crack, you know what I mean? It was good banter, but it could have easily went the other way.
yeah. No, at least it wasn't Millwall or West Ham, anyways.
Oh
It was
Jesus,
only
lad.
Palace.
Yeah, yeah. Thank God, thank God, thank God, lad. No, 100%. But just to give people some sort of perspective, people that haven't been lucky to get to the games because of where you live and stuff like that. The sheer size between the two stadiums. So when you used to walk up Tottenham High Road from the Seven Sisters up Tottenham High Road,
Yeah,
all of a sudden the stadium would just be there. You'd
yeah,
never really see it from afar. All of a sudden you walk up, it's there. But
yeah,
now you can see it from afar. It's an absolute specimen of a stadium.
yeah. It's quite something to behold when you're walking down the high road, and it's there. Like you're half a mile away, you can see it coming up. Unlike back in the day, White Hart Lane was kind of tucked in, wasn't it? You
Yeah,
couldn't see it. You couldn't see it once you got there. But yeah, the new stadium is something to behold. It's
no, it
it's
is.
amazing.
It's a fine sight. It's an absolute fine sight. But look, Joe, look, hopefully, look, me, you, and the rest of the Irish Harris Army members, Matt Hayes and stuff like that, that we can all get over to a game together and enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, please God, it'd be absolutely brilliant to do something like that, and that's what it's all about. Creating a little Spurs family and enjoying the good times together.
Yeah,
So
100%, man, 100%. But look, guys, there you have it. I hope everybody's enjoyed this week's episode. I know I did. I loved listening to Joe's stories. Some great stories there. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell. Get notified every time I put a new video out. A big thank you so much to Joe for sharing his memories tonight. I really do appreciate it.
oh, David, thank you so much for having me on, and it's a pleasure. And everyone, just start supporting David. It's a great channel. He's really putting his all into this. So help him make his dreams come true and support him as much as you can.
Thank you so much, Joe. And everyone, listen to what Joe just said. You know, I do put my all into it. I tried my best to bring the content, different sort of content, very passionate debates. This Spurs story, you know, it's absolutely been brilliant. I've really enjoyed listening to everyone's stories and stuff like that. But look, honestly, thank you to the Harris Army for tuning in and anyone else for tuning in. Until next time, in Jaws that we trust, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.